What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Video Homicide, back with the Dollarstore sketchbook tour. But before we get into that, I want to let everybody know that I have all 10 issues of Filthy Ralph comics available for purchase, all 6 issues of Cinema 187, and all 7 issues of Raise the Dead. So if you want to get a hold of any of these, you can message me at cinema.187 on Instagram, or you can email me rickparadis1992 at hotmail.com. It's on the website. You can find the link to that in the description of this video. And yeah, support the cause. So recently, I've been wanting to start a sketchbook again, but I didn't want to go through the hassle of like, I'm guilty of starting like sketchbooks and not getting very far into them and just kind of giving up on them. And I'm like, you know what? We're gonna break the cycle. So I went to the dollar store, and for $1.75, I got 40 pages, but there's only 24 pages in here because I went straight to pen with this, which is something that I never really do. Shout out to our radioactive blob fuel. He's a big, component of doing that. He loves going straight to pen. Jim Mafood, who I've been really following lately on YouTube. Today he did a tour of his more of his sketchbooks, like just awesome fucking stuff. So really inspired by the likes of those guys. So I will be honest, in the first couple of pages I did do some pencil just for the shapes and stuff like that, but after I got it rolling, I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm just going to go straight to the pen. I was using a Micron 5 for almost every... This is a 03, but I was using a Micron 5 for almost all of this. So if anyone's interested in that piece of information. So started off with the Ninja and the Grim Reaper. Kind of, like this is sort of like a callback to how I used to draw back in the day. I would try to fill the pages. If you look at some of my older sketchbooks, you'll just see like, just a bunch of random shit. So I wanted to kind of go back to that. And, in this sketchbook, there's like 2 new characters, 3 technically, that I created in here that it's like those 3 pages are worth the sketchbook in its own self. So really like the way that cigar turned out, or blunt, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The thing about this, like, because I'm going to shout out like my fuck ups and stuff and my triumphs. Like this was supposed to be a Ninja Star, totally fucked up. In hindsight, this blade right here, I would have done that longer, because I did this shoulder armor thing before I, realized what I was going to do with this hand. And then, but shit happens. I am proud of that Grim Reaper though. It's a pretty good one. I used to draw the Grim Reaper all the time. Like, whenever I used to not know what to draw, I would draw a skull, and it usually ended up being like a Reaper. This is fun, little, just exercise in a monster. And I really like this baby with gut rot tattooed on his fucking fingers and his shit spinning around. Like, again, like, there is some light pencil underneath this guy. But I think that's it for this entire sketchbook. Like, this right here, like, these blades, like, if I had used pencil, I would have been able to convey what I wanted to do a bit better. As well as like this right here, I would have brought that down, made it make a bit more sense, but fuck it. Here we go. So this character right here, I don't have a name for him yet, but I am absolutely in love with this dude. This is one of 3 of pages that I'm really happy with out of this sketchbook. Again, just fucking around with the popcorn. This is supposed to be like, I don't know, is it overflowing with butter or overflowing with piss? Who knows? $100 Frankenstein mask and a friendly rabbit. Here's a character, Afro Death, which is a short film that I did years ago. Ended up doing a bunch of them, but the one I'm most proud of is the one I did in 2017. My brother stars as this psychotic killer, sort of my Jason Voorhees. But I want to introduce him into the comics. He doesn't have an afro in some of these, but he didn't have an afro for a lot of them, a lot of the films that we made with that character, but I want to put him into the comic universe. So Pussy and Hot Sauce, Diet Pop. I like this dude right here again. Fucking around. I think I did like did I do like a fucked up tooth on this one? Yes, the fucked up tooth I think makes it. Show down. Just kind of fucking around with this one, nothing too spectacular on that page. Like the bong. Again, just more kind of fucking around. This is supposed to... I was going to draw this guy like with a bowling ball, but I fucked it up. I was baked when I did that. Kind of fucking around with smoke trying to do it, because for years, like, my smoke was just sort of like this. Hold on, I'll draw a cigarette. Fuck that up. Some way up high, but I used to just go like that. Like, but this I like way better. Looks much more trippy. This right here was a birthday card to my buddy Mike, whose birthday it was on the 30th, and he's saying, "Holy fuck, Burgerhead, Rex loves mustard mixed with piss on his carrot cake." And Burger Boy's saying, "Yeah, he sure does, Ralph. Let's do drugs in his honor. Maybe we should get him a porno mag. Get him some porno mags as a gag." And this Burger Boy has like lobster hands and stuff. They're both thinking of Chinese food. Rare appearance with Ralph like not in his flower shirt. Really like this character, Chico. I love Chico. More just fucking around. I really like this right here. I think the next page has like a really good one. Okay, so this next page, I've already shared it on Instagram and shit like that, but meet Munch. Brand new fucking character. Love him. Absolutely love him. Sort of inspired by like Violator from the Spawn comics in a way, but he's got his 12 gauge pump right by the side as he eats his cheese papas with a scorpion on his one leg and a fucking giant roach or something on the other. Really stoked with that one. Just more fun stuff. Really trying to like get my skulls down to a science. Like this. He's just reading comics. Or drawing comics with his utensils. Afro Death. Two sort of different styles of Afro Death. This is kind of how he looked in the first short film. Like he had a decent amount of hair. But I want him to sort of be like interchangeable, like how Chico is. Like Chico sometimes is like his normal self, which is like this like just dude, like Hispanic dude, but then he's also like, you know, the melty face rat fink kind of bullshit. Like, where was it? There it is. So like that type of shit. But he's like, you know, there's many versions, so I'm gonna do that with the Afro Death character as well. But you know, I want to do a standalone comic of him, but I want to introduce him in a Filthy Ralph comic proper first. So, and also, I'm kind of utilizing this graphic of like a sad face with this. I don't know if that exists already, but I if it does, I'll fucking cease to use it. But I really like that. But and this right here, this hash pipe has appeared in many of my comics. So there it is, skull pipe. Got little Ricky dressed as a security guard or cop, sort of this rat fink thing happening. Like again, like when you're working straight with pen, like your fuck ups, you go with them or you fucking scrap the paper, and that's basically what happened. More just random stuff. I like this guy. Sort of reminds me of like an old-fashioned Hulk for some reason. This fly thing farting. Say no to dope. Ralph with teeth. This right here was actually a redraw from something that I actually cut out of just a piece of cardstock. It's actually hanging in front of me, but it's taped up. Just some random Halloween inspired stuff. This right here is out of control. If I don't get to a toilet ASAP, I am fucked. And it's basically like, you know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be like a transition. Like it's really fucking on its way out, and the toilet's just fucked. There's a gun. What's going on? Oh, I forgot about this one. Drug addict. I think I did this today. I did this today earlier. Did the last few pages of these. Like these are like this is something I want to utilize as well. Like put one of my guys in like a Batman hat or Batman cowl or whatever the fuck it's called. Kind of like the idea that this guy's hat is having a smoke. Oh, yeah, okay, so here's another character. This guy's name's Freak. There he is. Meet Freak. With his freakish hat. Sort of like a Captain Spaulding inspired character with an axe. And there he is again. Trying to look all like... What I'm gonna do eventually is do like a shot of like him and Munch sort of like at a bar. You know, and they're like leaning over the bar. It's my first drawing of Munch and Freak together, so Freak and Munch. It's going to be fun to do a comic with those guys, because they can just fuck around, you know what I mean? Simpsons characters from memory. Even, like, I know that these are, like, they don't look like it, but I actually really like the way these turned out. Really like this as well, Freak Skull. We're nearing the end of this sketchbook. Like this guy, The Mask. The reason I wrote The Mask is because I was thinking about the movie The Mask. Actually, I was thinking about the comic because I got this stack of comics I'm going to be doing a tour of. Shout out to Villains, the store beside Heroes. They had that insane sale. Fill a short box for $40. This weekend, it's because it's the last weekend that Villains is open. It's going to be fill a short box for $25, which is insane. Second last page, so a couple of, just mask wearing shapes. And the very last page of the dollar store sketchbook. There it is. Ricky Paredes sketchbook. The end. Skunk Ape. That's a shout out to Host of 1,000 Corpses again. The reason that this didn't get filled in black is because the pen was basically fucking cooked at the time. It wasn't this one, but yeah, the 05, man. I really like the 05, and I'll be picking up another one of these sketchbooks because I like the paper, the micro. Like I 2 05